if a man ever asked me to be his best man and I had feelings for that guy, I would smash my head into a brick wall. Hello, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm so excited because we get to do a book haul. I haven't done a book haul in forever, so I'm actually proud of myself. And you know what? I don't even feel bad about buying books because we're also unhauling books. So you know, it kind of levels out, balances out, like it's okay. And let me just be clear about this because every time I say that I'm unhauling books, people think that I'm throwing them away. No, we don't throw away books over here. I'm just donating them. So they're no longer gonna be on my shelf. They're gonna go find a new home. Okay, so some of the new books that I have, I bought myself. And then some of them I've also been sent by publishers, which I am beyond grateful for. But you know, enough talking, let's get into the video, where I'll also continue to talk. But you know what I mean. First up, June 1st. Now, should I wait until June 1st to read this? Am I gonna be that dramatic? Maybe, I don't know. But let me just tell you this. This is the second book I have by Jennifer Hartman. I've never read any of her books, but this is the second physical book I bought. I usually never do that. Before I buy another book by author, I at least need to read one of their books to make sure I like their writing style. But this one just seemed so interesting. First off, let's start with the fact that it has a playlist. You know, when books have playlists or maps, that's just hot. Like, come on now. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know any of the songs on this playlist, but maybe I'll find a new fave. So this is a tragic romance, which I absolutely love because I'm toxic. It follows the main character, Brant. He ends up becoming an orphan at 6 years old because of something his father did. And then he ends up getting adopted by his best friend's family. And then his best friend's family ends up having a daughter who would eventually become the only girl that Brant loves. But since it's technically his sister, it's like he can't love her, but it's like, I don't know. It's like the lines are eventually gonna get blurred and stuff like that. Usually I don't read books like that because I'm just like, is that your sister or is it not your sister? But something about the way that this book, like, first of all, it's told in tragedies. That's how the book is broken up. It's not broken up into like part 1, part 2. Well, okay, wait, it is broken up into part 1, but part 1 is the first tragedy. It's literally told in tragedies. So usually I don't read books where it's like forbidden love, and the forbidden love is something like this. But I want to give it a chance because I've heard her writing is really good and the storyline sounds really good. On the back it says, they say tragedy comes in threes. Brant's first tragedy changed him, the second one broke him, and the third one just might heal him. Come on now, you know that sounds like 5 stars. Is it a potential 5-star read? I don't know. Do I have to wait until June 1st to find out? Maybe, I don't know. Hopefully I'll read it before. Hopefully I don't wait that long. But yeah, June 1st. Say you'll be mine. Okay, so on the back it says, a fresh and charming story about finding love without losing yourself. I rooted for these wonderfully headstrong, bright-hearted characters all the way. That sounds adorable. I love that. So this book follows Meghna. If I'm not saying that right, I'm sorry, but it follows Meghna, and she is following her dreams to become an aspiring playwright. And you know what I really love, because her parents, they wanted her to be a doctor, I think, something like that. They wanted her to be an engineer. So they wanted her to be an engineer, but she was like, no, I want to follow my dreams and I want to be a playwright. So she's following her goals. And honestly, that's what drew me to the book, because I love when main characters say, screw what everyone else thinks. I'm going to do what I know is best for me, and I'm going to follow my dreams and follow my heart. You know what? Let's be inspirational for a moment. If you have dreams that you need to follow, follow them. Don't care what anyone else thinks. And you know what? I'm just grateful that I have a mom who always, no matter what the heck I want to say, I could say that I want to be a professional bungee jumper. She will support me. So I'm grateful I have that. But I love reading about books where the main character just, they stand on their own and they say, you know what, I'm going to do it. And that's what drew me to this book. So yeah. So Meghna is trying to follow her dreams to become a playwright, but currently she's a theater teacher. And she works with her best friend, Seth, who she also has a like giant crush on. Then Seth ends up getting engaged. Not only that, he asks her to be his best man. She's better than me because if a man ever asked me to be his best man and I had feelings for that guy, I would smash my head into a brick wall. So Meghna's parents end up setting her up with a guy named Karthik. If I'm not saying that right, I'm sorry. But, you know, he also has his own problems because his family, they're constantly setting him up on dates and stuff. And, you know, he's not in the mood for that. He doesn't care about dating. But, you know, Meghna and Karthik, they end up coming with a plan and say, hey, How about we just pretend to be engaged? It'll help me because I have to go to my best friend's wedding who I'm in love with, and it will help you because your family will stop putting you on dates. And you know how the fake marriages go. You know they're gonna end up falling in love with each other. So I'm just excited to see how that goes. I'm excited to see how it happens. And yeah, I think that this will be really cute. I feel like this is gonna be one of those cute, cozy books that you read real fast because it's just like one of those fun little rom-coms. So I'm excited for this one. I feel like I always say after I talk about a book that I'm excited for. I need to stop saying that after every single book. I cannot be excited for every single book, even though I am. Maybe I should stop saying it. I don't know. Carrie, Soto is back. Listen, I was never gonna read this book because me and Taylor Jenkins Reid, we have a weird relationship. Some of her books I really love. Other ones I'm like, it was fine. But the only reason I want to read this one is because I asked you guys. I said, what is a book where the main character is so obsessed with fame that they will literally do anything to get it and they lose themselves in the process? Listen, that's what I asked. And the majority of the comments on that video said, Carrie Soto is back. They said she's not grasping, well, they said she's trying to maintain her fame. And I understand what they're saying because I read Malibu Rising and that's the book you got introduced to Carrie in. So I understand that she's like a famous tennis player and I guess her career fell off. So now she's trying to get that back. So yeah, it kind of does fit what I was asking for. So I went and got the book. Now, I don't know how this is gonna go because it's like I said, me and Taylor Jenkins Reid, we have a weird relationship. Daisy Jones and the Six, I absolutely love that book. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, I didn't care about any of the characters. Like, I didn't connect to any of the characters. Then I read Malibu Rising. Malibu Rising was fine, but I'm hoping since Carrie Soto is back as her most recent book, I feel like maybe I would really like it because then it's like, you know, with the most recent book, you can see them grow as an author. So I'm thinking I would really like it. And plus, I'm trying to branch out from only reading romance all the time. So I'm thinking that this is considered historical fiction. So yeah, it's me branching out. But yeah, Carrie Soto is back. You see, that time I didn't say I'm excited to read it. I am excited to read it, but you see, I didn't say it. Giovanni's Room. Listen, didn't you just hear me say that I am trying to branch out and read more than romance? This is a classic. I'm trying to get into the classics. I want to be the girl sitting in a coffee shop reading her book. See, I don't have my glasses on right now, but if I had my glasses, you would like get the vision I'm trying to tell you. Like, I want to be the girl reading my book, just be like, and then people are going to walk by and be like, wow, she's such an intellect. So yeah, that's my vibe. I want to become that girl. And I figured, why not start with the James Baldwin book? Because first of all, it's a classic. When you read classics, people always think like you're really smart. And also, I've heard nothing but good things about this man's writing. I've never heard a bad review on his writing, ever. Now, I don't know what this book is about, but I feel like this is one of those books where going into it, the less you know, the better. And especially because it's under 200 pages. When books are under 200 pages, they're always 5 stars. In my opinion, that's how it's always been for me. Because it's like, they don't waste time saying things that don't need to be said. When you have less than 200 pages, they're putting it out there just like that. I said what I said, you get what I said, and we move on. And the story is just that much more like impactful when it's like less pages. I don't know why, but that's the way it always is for me. But on the back it says, set in the 1950s Paris of American expatriates. I don't even know that word. Okay. Liaisons and violence. A young man finds himself caught between desire and conventional morality. Ooh, with a sharp, probing imagination, James Baldwin's now classic narrative delves into the mystery of loving and creates a moving, highly controversial story of death and passion that reveals the unspoken complexities of the human heart. Y'all, that sounds good. When are we gonna read Giovanni's Room? Should we do this in a reading vlog? Because now I'm actually really excited. I think this one is gonna be so thought-provoking. I'm probably gonna tab this up. I'm gonna be highlighting it because, you know, now I highlight books. I highlighted one book, but I'm gonna count that as me highlighting books now. But no, this seems like it's gonna be so good. Oh my gosh. If you read more books by James Baldwin, tell me what I should read after Giovanni's Room, because I'm already counting this as me loving it. So what other books should I read by him that is just gonna be an automatic 5 stars? Please tell me. But yeah, I'm excited to read it. I said it again, it doesn't matter. Everybody agrees what I stare directly at the sun. So those are the books that I bought myself. Now let's get into books that I've been sent. Let's start with The Catch by Amy Lee. First of all, this is gonna be my first Amy Lee book. I did want to read her other book. What was it called? X's and O's. But this one, from the cover, I'm guessing it's a small town. Maybe this is Maine because the little tower house. Oh, it says the East Coast of Canada. Well, yeah, all coastal towns have lighthouses. I don't know why I thought it was Maine. Whatever. But yeah, obviously this is a small town on the east coast of Canada, and it's grumpy sunshine. Now, I'm not saying it's gonna be 5 stars just because it's small town and grumpy sunshine, but that is my absolute favorite combination of tropes. It never steers me wrong. I mean, sometimes people don't do it right, but I feel like just by how cutesy this cover is, I think Amy Lee's gonna do it right. Okay, so I just read the back, and this is a fake dating trope book. I actually didn't even know that. So basically, Melanie, the main character, is an influencer, and I guess her followers are going down, so like she's becoming irrelevant and stuff. So in an effort to regain her following and become more interesting, she goes to this small town on the east coast of Canada, and she ends up staying at a B&B who is owned by this grumpy guy. What's his name again? Evan. So Evan is the owner of the B&B, and he's grumpy and stuff, right? But then a boating accident knocks him unconscious, and then I guess she's in the hospital waiting for him to wake up because maybe she's the one that found him or something like that. I don't know. And then his family comes and they mistake her for his fiance. So then they're like, okay, well, let's just fake this engagement because it can benefit both of us. Melanie needs the content, and Evan, he needs her to be his fake fiance because his family is fighting over the B&B business. Sounds like a lot of drama, sounds like a lot of fun. And then it says, amid long hikes and campfire chats, they end up falling in love. So that's adorable. And then, obviously it's probably gonna be that thing where it's like, can they stay together because she's not gonna stay in the small town and he won't leave his home? It'll be like that. I plan on taking a lot of trips this year. I wanna be a travel girly. I wanna be on flights left and right. So this is not something you read on a plane because it's very lighthearted. I feel like it's gonna be quick and easy and just fun. I never told y'all this story, but let me just tell you this because it's so funny. I read the book Simple Wild, and if you don't know what the book Simple Wild is, it's about a girl who goes to this town in Alaska where everyone's like pilots or whatever, and how dangerous it is. And there was one scene where there was a mild plane crash. Tell me why I was reading that when I was on a plane. So now I know, like, I have to really check the description of some of these romances because I was just thinking, oh, it's gonna be lighthearted. Hopefully I don't read this while I'm on a freaking boat and I get to the boating accident scene. So I'm gonna be more cautious this time. But yeah, I think this is gonna be cute. Now this is the creme de la creme of this video, baby. Oh my gosh, do you understand how excited I am to read the partner plot? I don't think you do. I already showed you guys that I had this book on TikTok because I couldn't wait. I knew I would be filming this video, but I said, no, I can't wait. I need to tell them. If you don't know, the partner plot is book 2 in the interconnected series where the first book is The Neighbor Favor. I absolutely love that book. The Neighbor Favor was one of my top 10 books of 2023. So I'm expecting a lot out of this one. This book follows Violet, and Violet is like, she is a famous stylist, she styles celebrities and stuff, and her engagement just fell through the cracks because her fiance is a piece of trash. If you've read book 1, you know. So her engagement failed, and now she ends up back at her hometown one day. I guess she's just visiting or something, and she runs into her high school sweetheart. And I guess, they catch up. I guess drinks are flowing or something because they wake up and they're married. I don't know what y'all was drinking, but hey, it's gonna make a good story. Okay, so Violet wakes up married to her high school sweetheart Xavier, and they figured, hey, maybe this might work in our favors. You know how marriage of conveniences go. Like, it's convenient for both parties. That's why it's called marriage of convenience. The feelings are still there. I want the best for Violet because I absolutely loved her in book 1. She was just such like a character that was just bursting with life. She was just so bold, and I don't know, I just loved her energy. First of all, look at her outfit on the cover. This outfit, usually outfits on the front covers of books are kind of like, Her outfit is slays, and that might just be because I love all black outfits. Like, I don't know, but no, her outfit is so cute, and the cover is so cute. You guys, I think I'm actually gonna do this one in the reading blog because I'm so freaking excited to read the partner plot. I'm saying it right now. Hold me to it. This is gonna be 5 stars. I'm really excited to read it. I can say that 100% for this book and really mean it. I'm excited to read this one. I got sent these 2 books. I read the first book in the Bergman Brothers series and I loved it, but then I don't know why I never continued. So now that I got sent these, and I think I have another one in the series actually. So I'm gonna continue the series because the series is really cute. The first book, they did have disability representation, which I absolutely love in romances. I don't know if it's in the other books, but if it is, that's a plus. But I know that I like her writing. I know that her writing is cute, it's fun, it's easy, and it's just gonna put me in a good mood. First comes love, then comes marriage. This Obviously, it's gonna be a marriage of convenience. Yep, it says marriage of convenience and opposites attract. Okay, I have a lot of marriage of conveniences. What's going on here? Is that gonna become my new favorite trope? Who knows? But yeah, so this is marriage of convenience. You can tell like she's like the lighthearted, nice one, and he's gonna be grumpy and mean. Oh, I love it. This one is enemies to lovers. Ooh, see, I hope they do it right because people just be throwing around that term enemies to lovers so bad. Like, no, you're not enemies. You just had a disagreement. You just don't vibe with each other. Hopefully this one is done right. It's an enemies to lovers and it's a sports romance. I see a soccer ball, so they're soccer players. That's gonna be cute. That's gonna be fun. Okay, and the last book that I got sent is called The Breakup Tour. I actually read a book by, this is a husband and wife author duo. Like they're a writing team, husband and wife. I read a book by them. It's called Do I Know You? I did end up DNFing because halfway through, I felt no chemistry like between the main couple, which was weird. Since you guys are married, I would think that you know how to like bounce chemistry off of characters, but yeah, hey, I don't know, maybe that book, it just wasn't their best. I don't know a lot about this book, but one thing I do know, it has a lot of Taylor Swift references, so I'm guessing she's supposed to be like Taylor Swift. That's what I'm guessing. But this main person, the main person, Riley, ends up going on tour. She's a rising star and she ends up going on tour, and then her ex ends up coming on the tour with her. So this is a second chance romance. Literally, it says it on the back. It says, a rising star musician has a second chance at love with an old flame she remembers all too well in this swoony romance. I think this is gonna be like a buffer book. I think this is gonna be something to vibe with real quick, just to read, just be like, oh, okay. I don't know. I'm not expecting too much out of it just because I didn't like the other book, Do I Know You? But I do want to give it a chance. Now, for all the books that I'm unhauling, we're gonna get through this real quick. I bought this book about a year ago because I don't know, I was trying to branch out from romance. Like I said it in the beginning of this video, I'm still trying to branch out from romance, but I always go back to it because it's my comfort. I was really excited to read this one, but then when I checked, the ratings were like 3.4 for this book. So that did put me off a bit. So I just think that I'm never gonna read it. It's about a guy having self-discovery in his 50s or 40s or something like that. And I thought that was really interesting because usually when characters have self-discovery, it's like in their 20s, but he's a bit older and he's having it. So I thought that was interesting. You know what, maybe I might give this a chance. Now it's like I'm talking myself into it. I don't know, I'm gonna put this one to the side because I may keep it now. A Love by Design. This is a historical romance. I don't think this book is gonna be bad. I just don't think I'm ever gonna read it. So I just want to give it away because I'm pretty sure there's someone who's gonna love it more than I would. The Final Revival of Opal and Nev. This book, it has so much potential. I just didn't like this book. The way it was told, it was about a band and this is their revival and it's like told in interview style. And I know you're like, oh, that sounds real similar to Daisy Jones and the Six. That's why I picked it up actually, because I heard that it was similar and this one's by a Black author. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. You know, I'm probably gonna love it. I just didn't like the way it was told because the interview style, it's like long interviews. Like you're talking for a bit and I don't know. And like the whole way it ended, I don't know, I just didn't vibe with it. Something about it, it had so much potential. I gave it 3 stars, so it wasn't bad, but it wasn't the 5 stars that I was hoping it would be, which was really unfortunate. So I'm gonna give it away, and I'm pretty sure someone's gonna love it more than I did, so I hope you find a new home. I absolutely hated this book. I do not like to say I hate books because I feel like that's very harsh. This book, however, I never like to say that I think a book is gonna be 5 stars just because it has my favorite tropes, because it could be done very wrong. This book is an example of that. This was Grumpy Sunshine and Single Dad. It was done, let me also say, they throw an accidental pregnancy in there. Only God knows why they did that. But this is just so, the way it was, like it had all the right pieces. Like the son only felt comfortable around the lady. You know, it was the Grumpy Sunshine and Single Dad. You know, he, forced proximity because I think she was living in his building that he was the owner of. Something like that. Like it had so much potential. It was just written so, it was like it just had no like, like the characters were so one-dimensional and it just felt like a one-dimensional story. It was just very flat. It gave me nothing at all, which was really unfortunate because the storyline was there, but it gave me nothing. So yeah, it gotta go. Shatter Me. Now I know everyone loves Shatter Me. Like, this is like such a huge thing. When I first got on Book Talk, this is the book everyone was talking about, which is why I eventually picked it up. I actually found it at the thrift store for like $1.49, so I was pressed. I was like, ooh, I got the first book for less than $2. But I don't know, I just think I'm never gonna read it because I've seen people say that the story isn't bad, but if they would have read it when they were younger, they probably would have loved it more. Because I'm 24. I have no problem reading YA books because my January wrap up, like half of those books were YA. But I feel like this is going to be one of those YA stories where it's like, it should have definitely been read when you were younger because you would have just appreciated it more. Like, I'm pretty sure I would still like it now, but I don't think I would appreciate it to its fullest extent. So instead of going in and giving it a 3-star rating when it probably really deserves 5 stars, I'm just not going to read it. But if anyone has any books similar to this, but it's an adult fantasy that, you know, you think I may like, give me the rec. I'm all for it because I'm actually getting more into fantasy. So yeah, Shatter Me. Whoa, this book is heavy. Wow, why is this so heavy? Oh, I love how big the print is though. Oh my gosh, I love that. I love when print is so big. This book is heavy, my gosh. Oop. It's kind of a funny story. I actually really wanted to read this book when I was younger, but like, I think it was like a year ago, I found it at the thrift store and I was like, oh my gosh, I found the book, let me just read it. I think this was something for my younger self. I don't think this is something adult Rochelle will love as much as preteen Rochelle would have. So I'm just gonna let it go because I'm pretty sure that there is someone out there who is looking to add this book to their shelves. I'm pretty sure this is a good story though, because I've heard that this is like really like a good topic on mental health and stuff. But I don't know, I just don't think I'm ever gonna read it, so I'm gonna give it away. All in Rotation. You know how sad I am that I didn't love this book? First of all, the main character is dark skinned. Do you know how excited I was when I saw this cover? I immediately grabbed it. I was like, oh my gosh, the dark skinned main character, I'm gonna love it. Throughout the first 4 chapters, she just kept talking about how big her butt is. Now, I know I'm sitting down so you can't see, but my butt is not big. So I was just like, okay, girl, we get it. Your butt is big. Let's move on to the next topic. And even when she moved on to the next topic, I wasn't feeling it at all. And I hate that for me because I wanted this to be 5 stars so bad. I wanted to love this one so bad. It just wasn't it though. Someone's gonna love it more than me. So, on rotation. And last but not least, The People We Keep. I read the first 3 chapters of this book. I was just kind of bored. I see where the story was going, but I just wasn't intrigued. And I forgot what these are called. When the edges are like this, what is that called? I love when books have that. But yeah, The People We Keep. So yeah, these are all the books that I'm hauling and unhauling. If you read any of the new books that I got and you just know like, hey girl, you're gonna love it, please tell me and I will push it up on my TBR so fast it's not even funny because I'm looking for a 5-star read. Please let me know. If you want to see me read any of these books soon in a vlog, please also let me know. And if any of the books that I'm unhauling you think I should keep and give like a second chance, also let me know because I don't want to let go of a book that could potentially be one of my favorite books ever. But thank you for taking this journey with me of going through all my new books and also letting go of books. You know, it's a new year, we got to let go of the old and in with the new. But yeah, thank you for going through all this with me. And you can also find me on my other social medias linked below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.